Hello, welcome back. Sorry to say a little bit, just a bit late. I was watching Lucifer, and I really got into it, of course. So now I think I just have to wait 6 minutes. I think. Maybe I'll just go outside and get her some. Oh, it's loud. Yeah, hello. Sorry again. It's been a bit long. I was watching Lucifer, enjoying it a bit too much.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. East Delta Commerce Center? This must be the name of the doomed commercial area. This button looks new, but...
This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Okay. Like I said, I think we just have to wait until 9 o'clock so we have a quick meetup. Like catching up with the detective, Mr. Kitsuragi. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot.
You're still waiting for a replacement for the bull you sent sinking. What is this? Are you mocking us? This isn't for pétanque.
Now, no need to get angry again, René. I'm sure the officer tried his best. It's not like there's a bull kiosk here in Martinez.
I'm very sorry, it's the best I could find.
The best, huh? This isn't even a bull. But fine. I guess you did attempt to right your hooliganism. Consider it forgiven.
Thank you very much. I'm so sorry for ruining the game.
I have really outdone myself. This is divine.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat ass of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
René, it's a little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle. Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance of this fine day?
I never talked to this. Okay.
Oh, sweet Jenny. She was the finest woman in all of Revachol. Maybe the entire world.
Do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in peace.
his tone lacks its usual intensity, like he doesn't feel he has the right to speak on the matter.
So you both know her.
We knew her, all right. Lived on the same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. The 3 of us have been best friends since we were 4. She was René's first girl, back when the prick was 16. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than just be happy.
And then you stole her from me.
He jerks forward, but then grabs his chest and stops. Do not intervene.
Well, technically, you stole her from me, because we'd been pretty close ever since you two had that falling out over the ink you spilled over her pretty yellow dress.
We were just boys then. This was different. You,
The tall veteran looks at you and nods.
no point starting this all over again. For the 1000th and the first time. Especially when we have company. Officer,
What happened to her?
She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago. It was a quiet passage, peaceful. René and I were both by her bedside when she...
He pauses, searching for the right word.
died. No use sugarcoating it. Won't bring her back. Will it now?
Shame.
departed. Until the very end she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman I've ever met.
A quick grimace of pain passes over René's features, but he immediately regains control. His face now a dispassionate mask again.
Why do you think she was indecisive?
She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us to marry.
in his eyes is happy and distant.
She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married.
Nothing wrong with weighing your options first.
Heck, technically, we're both still engaged to her.
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy. Seduced her with your fancy words and pastries.
Oh,
He suddenly remembers you are still there, falls silent, and turns away.
well, thanks for sharing.
Of course, officer. Memories are all we have left. Sweet, sweet Jenny. Ask away, officer. I knew her all my life. Of course, officer. Memories are all we have left.
So what do you know about that man?
Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really.
You must have heard something.
No, officers, I'm sorry. And I really would like to assist. You are both good guys. I can see that.
Well, thank you.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with your ghost caviar in the Union. Someone must know something.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that.
Respects?
The old carabinier can't believe what he's hearing. Sounds a bit like you're holding back.
I'm not even any...
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it?
Oops.
Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Evrard.
How do you know Evrard?
Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history, only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea.
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
Lest we leave riddled with bullet holes. This animosity is ancient.
Are you a union member?
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Evrard, Edgar, and the older debarders all know me.
In many ways.
Oh, yes.
So you're not an actual member.
Not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Evrard keeps me on the payroll, just for the little things.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a Weservein. Turns the way the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate this socialist rabble, but even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence. Never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already.
What are little things you do for Evrard?
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say.
What kind of things do you write for him?
Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Evrard and I have these long talks where...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I do little things for Evrard myself, nothing wrong with that.
That's just the way things work around here. No reason to feel bad about it.
Well, let's...
Writing work... Oh,
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple.
I do
You
little
should be
things.
ashamed of
I
yourself.
feel terrible about it.
that's just the way things work around here. No reason to feel bad about it.
Thanks. That's all for now.
No, thank you. For being consummate professionals, you'll have this case wrapped up in no time. Sure, officer. No, thank you. For being consummate... I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food. Nothing personal, it's just a principle.
The only one you have.
Okay, I can have just a bite. No, I can't have that hungry anyway.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. You must have other business then?
A man so principled about his sandwich calls for a principled approach. Time to get political.
What is political?
This right here is political.
Yeah, I'll pick number 3.
Say one of these fascist or communist things or fuck off. Whoa, easy there, Goldmouth. He doesn't have to say anything. Re-engage cop mode and bail out, if you like.
Okay, no, it's cool.
All right. Let's hear them, officer.
Bye for now. Oh, it's not sleepy time yet. You didn't...
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up? What? But I told you she's my friend. Please don't make me give her up, detective. Get someone else. There's a ton of drivers here.
Mate, don't worry, I can't finish the investigation. I need to... It's important I can't blow it.
You're not gonna put a bullet in your head if you blow it, are you? 'Cause she's on the edge, man.
I wouldn't be so sure, Tommy. Imagine it. An explosion of stars. Goodbye world of men, money, and machines.
Well, she's a suspect. I need to know where she is, or I can't finish the investigation.
I thought you were a different kind of cop.
Someone breaks into these stairs into your eyes.
The realization that you've used his friendliness and goodwill for your own ends.
Where is the lady driver?
Here.
He takes a keyring from his pocket and looks at it before giving it to you in silence.
Mallory's still here. Down past the statue of Philippe. The cabin is green. You can get in there with these. That's all I know.
When did she leave?
Last Friday.
Sorry to do this, yeah.
I bet you are.
And he's sorry he couldn't be what he wants to be. A good person. His last line, his revenge on the world.
Why did you have the keys?
She left them to me. Because she trusted me. So I can get it out of the way when the jam breaks loose. Otherwise...
You just finished the sentence.
The other drivers would have to tow it or break in to get the machines moving.
He nods.
If they break in, they would find what's hidden inside. Something incriminating.
Anything else?
No. I don't know.
One more thing about something else.
Nah. I need to think my own thoughts now. Pray forgiveness for my sins. Go check your cabin. I hope it gets you something. Help someone.
I do apologize, but I had no choice, man. The investigation. A green lorry. Ah, this one.
This screen found A to Z, contemporaire, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
Yo, Cabba, long time no see.
This is the one our man pointed to.
Tried to peek in the window.
The glass on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of a seat and 2 steering levers.
Try door handle.
The door is locked. The handle looks shiny, like it's recently replaced.
Unlock the door.
You push the key into the lock and turn. It makes a cracking sound. Then the door pops back a few centimeters. You can just
Open it.
The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals.
You're in college? Admire the posters.
These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century. One of them particularly catches your eye, a centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat.
Study the centerfold.
The actress is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera.
Yeah, push it stuff. Well, depends on what direction were you going for again? I don't remember if I asked or if you told last time. But I mean, it is a... You know, it is difficult. Skill traits. Is it like a jack of all trades or something? Multiple things?
Wait, doesn't she resemble someone you know? But you can't put your finger on whom exactly. This is Tijon, a starlet from the dawn of cinematography, less known for her talent than her tragic, untimely death.
What happened to her?
She wasted away in a drug den called the Door to the River, not far from here on Boogie Street, a mixture of cocaine and morphine. She was afraid of the world and the camera too.
Yep, there's multiple jobs like electrical, carpentry, and welding. So all the necessities basically where most of the time those 3 are technically always needed. Same with plumbing, I guess. Welding maybe not so much, but it's still useful. For the electrical, I guess, as well. Carpentry as well. Okay. Nice, man. And you can graduate into any one of these 3? Or all of them, you're qualified for every single one of them? Or just do you have to pick one specifically?
The actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard and a toolbox sits under the driver's seat. Looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
Qualified for every single one of them. When graduate. Haha, okay. Is there a particular one that you are more adept in than the others? And is it that's why hard? Or is it just tough in general? Or is it the theory? Or is it the practical? Why would anyone need so many radio stations?
For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation. With quite a range too.
Most likely electrical. Okay. Theory is the more... Yeah, for sure. That's always usually the case. But for some people who are more based on theory, it's easier for them. And practical is more difficult. Then there's the practical version of people where they learn best when actually doing something than learning about it or reading up on it. Maybe you're also one of these people. I am. Is there anything we can do with the radio?
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial key.
What else is here?
The smell of 1,000 cigarettes, some dead actresses, and a rusty old toolbox under the seat.
Yeah, true, true. Here's the thing, sadly, in school life, college, university, whatever, theory is the most, depending on, of course, on which direction you going to. The theory is mostly most important one, I'd say. But in the actual world, outside of actual workplace, the practical is way, 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 way more important. Oops. Sorry about that. That is totally true. Sadly, it is. It is. I mean, can't do anything about it. Sadly, check the pedals.
You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver.
Here's also the one thing that is always, well, in education, they'll usually. How is Manhunt going lately? Oh, it's fine. I mean, we're progressing slowly by slowly. Have you played it? So, do you know how the whole game is? Because then I could tell you where I stopped at. If not, I went after a bunny, and after that level, I stopped. So I'm at the level after the bunny, basically. And again, in education, they'll teach you theory that they think is applicable. I had the same thing, but then when you go to a internship at a company where they taught you specific things, theory based in school, you realize that most of these things they don't even use, which is a sad little thing that actually happens. And they usually base it off of, well, it's known that this is this is the theory that we use, but over time people just do what they. I don't know. I think practice is still different than theory in most cases, because in theory you'll because it's a theory, you'll theorize, well, it should go right or wrong depending on what choices I make or which wires, let's say electrical, which wires I use should do this. But maybe once in a million or a billion times that you actually do the same thing, it might go wrong one time. That means that theory is basically out the window, and a practical is basically more important in that case, because then you'll know, well, it could happen, but you'll never know that if you only do theory.
But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle.
And again, companies usually have people for that, because after a while, knowledge gained by actually doing what you're supposed to do instead of reading about it. That is very knowledgeable. I will keep that in mind. Yeah, it really is. Again, you can't be prepared for everything. That's true. But knowing as much theory as possible is really good. That is very true. But also, if you're only doing the theory and you don't really know the practical, well, you're missing one part of it, I guess. Other way around, the exact same thing. But in the field, very little times do the theory actually apply to whatever you're doing at the moment. Usually it does, but not every little thing. Like the bigger picture sure applies, but not everything. That's with a lot of things, I think, as well. Like, for example, psychologists and whatnot. Like, you'll read about, well, yeah, okay, you can help people this way, or when people are this treatable, or they have this thing they got to work on, well, I should just follow these guidelines, and it will probably help them out. But theory is like a huge world of deeper meaning, huh? That's true. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's true. Basically, you could see that like in fighting games, if you're just playing and you're getting better by just playing the game, you get better by looking at how people fight and you just counteract them, and in your own skills as well. You use that to basically play the game. Theory would be going into the frame data, just like Elden Ring. Yeah, exactly. You can just play the game, or you can look into what is the best build and then read about that. That's basically theory. But if you actually play it, and then realize, well, the build that was said should do this much damage, but then you actually play the game, and then exactly, frame data is horrible. I agree. But let's take Elden Ring for example. You are very correct. Like you can just play the game, or you can read up on how people built their certain characters and how to play it, and that will be literally the theory behind it. But when you actually use the theory, you are using somebody else's knowledge and their techniques or whatever, optimizations, but it might work for them, but doesn't have to necessarily work for you. And the only way to do that is by actually playing the game yourself and then trying out different things, and then you'll realize. And that's my thing mostly. Like I'll try it out, doesn't work, okay, I'll try something else instead of just reading about it constantly, because then you're always looking at what is optimized, always the theory behind the game instead of playing the game. Does that make sense in a weird way? Like I know the frame data one definitely makes sense because you can just play the game and get good. It may give some tips, but you gotta find the suitable optimized solution. Half and half. That's true. Definitely. It worked for everybody differently, of course. For everyone it's different. That is true.
Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Looks like the driver glued a piece of sandpaper to the throttle to offer some extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
Would also rub off the pattern from the driver's right boot. Oh! Oh. Now that's... so she was the 8th person there.
Yes?
He likes where this is going.
Do the honors, he thinks. Connect it yourself.
One of the footprints of the crime scene had an aberration. One sole was smoother than the other. Ooh. Oh, we're getting there.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching.
The lieutenant's eyes light up behind his prescription lens. First, and now that's how deeper does the... Always up the sign. Yo. And she's running the track straight. What a handful.
Now we know for certain who is the missing 8th person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation?
Could have kept the traders. This would... This would fit what Joyce told us, but I don't want to make any assumptions.
Understood. We should still go and see what Titus has got to say on the matter. Are we finished with the lorry?
Yes, Titus.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. The radio transmitter sits on the center console, and a faint smell of perfume is in the air.
Pull out toolbox.
A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper.
Unfold the newspaper.
It's an issue of Petit Ferric from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages.
Take up the note.
It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system. These formulas look oddly painful. Maybe it's the hangover, but they give you a headache.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
His thought trails off. Unfold the newspaper.
It's an issue of Petit Ferric from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages.
By the way, are you enjoying the education? The multitasking? Basically electrical, carpentry, and welding?
It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the ULAN frequency system.
Or do you pick it because it's convenient and because jobs are usually not done anymore as much as it used to be, because most people are now doing the easy stuff and this is more harder labor, I guess.
These formulas look oddly painful. Maybe it's the hangover, but they give you a headache.
The ULAN frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
Pushing the pull-out toolbox.
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The rest is as it was. Radio, posters, a trace of motor oil smell under all the cigarettes. You close the rusty old lorry door.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce? All right, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep.
Seems like something police would do. What do you think of all this, Kim?
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net.
This means it's well-funded. Technology like that, a major player must be financing it.
I'm not sure what the ULAN frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks. And last but not least, it looks like the Hardy Boys knew this driver, as we know that she was present at the lynching. This may be the Union connection we've been searching for.
The probe and the case converged, he thinks. This was quite the find.
So that's how this is connected to the Union.
Like Joyce told us, yes, logistically. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here. At best, this is an angle we can use against them, to other ends, as extra ammunition.
What about the movie posters? How do they factor in all this?
As elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade.
Don't be fooled. Desire always plays a role.
Especially for Lady Driver's cabin.
Yes, well...
He doesn't say more.
Unimportant.
Will the RC open an investigation into this?
We should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that.
He stops, I think.
The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
Corruption.
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
Okay, debrief over.
Debrief over. After you.
Joyce was our lawyer lady, right? Unless I'm mistaken.
Oh, look. It's the cop who turned me into a bad person.
I'm sorry. Hey man, any information helps.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
What am I doing?
Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat.
What do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world.
How does it feel?
Humid. Your coat shields you from the rain while the city shivers around you.
What is in the west?
Sheets of rain over the water, a flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinez, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
Run your fingers through your dampened hair.
Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
What's in the east?
The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide.
Clench your teeth to stop shuddering.
Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal shipping containers, slick with rain. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within, and immeasurable poverty in its shadow.
Beyond that,
La Ducienne, King Dries passenger harbor. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms. Cranes watching over the mouth of the river distributary.
what is across distributary?
Couron, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cuts the city blocks in half. 7-story buildings trail off into the rain.
What is beyond?
A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. The class divide.
What's in the north?
Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play.
And closer to here.
A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. The lingering odor of decomposition mixes with that of damp soil.
What's in the south?
A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised.
What's on the other side?
The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
Where the hood, where the hood, where the hood at? Why am I not there?
To be in Martinez, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town. In the shadow of the day the revolution fell.
What am I doing here?
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland.
Well,
Have a brother in the cut. Where the wood at?
shall I look further?
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink.
What's above?
Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
Okay.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
Was she Joyce?
I've got nothing to say to you.
No. Who was Joyce again? No, that was, is on the boat. Ah, I thought that was my next place to go. Thank you for confirming. Yeah, and then I would probably go to the lady up here. If she wasn't the one that was... I would have gone to her then. If this was not Joyce. But thank you for the speed up.
You're back. Good.
Ah, yeah.
What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
She pats her wet raincoat.
All around you, rain keeps falling down. On the wooden boards she's standing on, and on the water around you.
Use a coat that the rain is freezing.
Sadly, I need this one myself. It's hydrophobic, repels water, almost magically. The company makes them for offshore platform personnel. Very sturdy. What I can do for you is answer some questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day.
Wait, what? I spoke with Lauren at the roundabout. About reality.
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
What is this? Spread your hands.
A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions?
Am I really awkward?
Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at guessing games.
What is this place here?
Ah. This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A, where the tenants have been kind enough to rent me a slot. Or two.
What is Rue de Saint-Ghislain?
A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings, bâtiments. After les bâtiments nouveaux. But 33A and 33B are not nouveaux. They're old.
She looks up at the crumbling facade.
This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Built to mirror the skyscrapers across the bay in the Delta. That was before the war, of course.
Who lived in them?
Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off.
Splat, splat.
From a young girl in odd clothes gives Joyce the evil eye. A red paintbrush held to her throat.
Wonderful.
Didn't we already have this before as well? What's that? Point to Cindy the skull.
The girl in the old lady rags.
Yes.
Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture.
Infraculture?
Yes. You and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture.
But to a child.
Young people who dye their hair funny colors and wear old people's clothes are stupid, and their little rebellion is self-defeating.
Okay.
All right. What next?
What are you?
What I am not is a basic term of reality.
She smiles.
Everyone wants to talk about themselves. She will, in time.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
Thank you, that's all for now. That's it?
You're back. Good.
Never mind. Okay. But didn't you just tell me to talk to Joyce?
Yes.
Never mind then. What? I thought he told me to...
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
I supposed to talk to Titus. Ah, that's what it was. And then maybe talk to her. Dumb mistake. Forgot about that.
It's you again. What is it?
I've connected you to the local drug trade.
Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Jamrock and ask the local junkies how clean your streets are in Precinct 41 Kilos.
Yo, okay.
We'll do that. In the meantime, did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drugs from Terminal B to Jamrock? The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the footprints. Detective, do you want to deliver the coup de grâce?
No, the thunder is his. Leave it to the lieutenant.
Figured I knew you'd never own up to it. Back off, you're there. Do the honor, you've earned it, not lieutenant.
Thank you. You're right, Titus. There is no local drug trade because it's all controlled by you. You're the drug trade.
Whoa.
That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big, strong, state-run monopoly would outcompete the runts on the street.
True.
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you would do. To get rid of the gangs, the dealers, even some of the junkies.
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community, of course.
And profiling off your... You have some control? Yeah, keep telling yourself that. This one.
No, there aren't. Some little shit and his dad are doing speed. Who fucking who? The stuff's probably from Jamrock.
Whatever you've seen is peanuts. Look at the big picture, man. The place is a paradise. And all thanks to Hardy Boys.
Wait. Doesn't it say Hardy with a Y when Titus himself said it? I don't scroll. Hardy man, or is it just, or just Hardy as in the Hardy as an expression or as a noun? All thanks to Hardy Boys.
Theoretically, of course. We're just talking politics here. My answer to your drug accusation is, how dare you? Go fuck yourself.
Yo, relax, man.
Not quite yet, Mr. Hardy. There were 8 sets of prints on the crime scene. There are only 7 Hardy Boys here.
The 8th Hardy, the one who's missing, she runs the thing, right?
My answer is, fuck off. Mind your own business. There is no 8th Hardy. I run this goddamn scene.
Finally, you got something out of him. This could prove useful in the future.
And here we go. Back to the usual.
The woman sighs.
I know! Fatty walked on all 4s. He's so fucking fat, he left 2 sets of footprints. Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all 4s. Anything else you need to know?
Theoretic, godly, convinced that he's being manipulated.
I don't know what went wrong the last time. You have so many good ideas here. Make them all see they're puppets on a string.
I got this. I'm gonna tell us. Telling me they're good and they aren't.
Those are the other guys. My shit is solid gold. You can trust me.
Can I? All those ideas look really bad.
Oh, you don't like these arguments? Let's see you come up with your own then. Come on, everyone's waiting. Where are they? Why is Goldmouth mean to him? Something is wrong. It doesn't look like he's succeeding.
This is number 3.
What the hell are you talking about?
Suffocating with an ancient sadness.
Oh, that shadow. A man your age. The hangover must be lethal. I never thought I'd say this, but maybe you should cut back on the drink.
You think?
That is a lie. You should cut forward on the drink.
That's enough for the shadow now, officer. Let's do procedural questions, or even, why not take a little breather?
These working class oafs don't know how to talk about feelings. You shouldn't have opened up to them, or anyone.
I'm going. Take off now, leave. Look, we're not making any progress, man. This is pretty difficult. Let's try one more time.
It's you again. What is it?
Can I do the option again? Or too soon? Too soon. Rhetoric, rhetoric, rhetoric. No. Okay, so now we have a higher. At least something is.
It's you again.
Let's try this one more time. %. Come on, come on. That's only what, 1/4 chance. 28%. 1 out of 4 times I'll succeed.
I do not understand. They're just stupid, probably. Too stupid to understand the arguments. Maybe the lieutenant could do it for you.
Yeah, okay, finally. Yeah, sure.
Thanks for your time, Titus. Case closed. Let's go, officer.
Huh?
He looks surprised. Yeah.
Really? We are ready to begin our report. I've already started, actually.
He turns to his notebook and writes as he speaks. Oh, okay.
In Martinez, they just kill you because they don't like you.
Yeah, let them know. We'll kill you dead.
Because they like killing.
Yeah, we liked it. It was fun, wasn't it, guys? We had a great time.
It wasn't for your fucking entertainment, Dennis.
He gets hold of himself.
They kill you because they think it's funny.
It's cool, guys. Shred them out to the back, light their corpse and piss on them. You don't care. the club from brain string you up and go back to drinking. They just hang you. Nah, that's the.
We didn't light him on fire. No one pissed on him either.
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
The old man reaches for his belt, but his voice is strangely calm. He said calmly.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
Look at him first.
The lieutenant has put down his notebook. His hand is resting on his holster. He gives you an imperceptible nod. What? What does that mean? Go for it. The lieutenant has his eyes set on the fat guy. Push Angus. We're almost there.
Yeah, third Angus or what? You're gonna kill me like kill them for no reason.
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Shut up, Angus!
He was dead before you hanged them?
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
Does he? His closed fist is shaking. It's you who's in control. Let them have their moment.
Ooh, we're getting somewhere. You can hear Angus wheeze.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
She walks off without looking back.
What just happened between these two? You're in. He's all yours. Questions.
So I made you guys fight.
Me too.
We did it.
The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
So you didn't kill him, he was already dead?
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. What was it?
We're not sure. Probably a bullet. The wound was difficult to see.
The coroner and his assistant are wrapped in blue. Hands covered in blue gloves. Mouths covered by blue masks. Bodies by blue aprons. The coroner wipes his brow, scalpel still in his hand. Get the light. Shine it in his mouth. He tells his assistant. The coroner squats to better see the light illumines the darkness inside. Well, shit. Can't blame them for missing that. Get the saw, Alan. This just got fun.
So this is basically what they're doing at the autopsy?
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural. There's another girl. 2 of them. Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her later.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
He doesn't think she did. Or at least he hopes she didn't.
What happened Sunday night?
Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died.
How did you know?
I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus.
He turns back to you. What happened then?
We went upstairs. Sure as day the merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
He means they'd been fucking?
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged.
If Clash didn't kill him, why the cover up?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own.
I didn't notice anything. What kind of shit are we talking about?
That can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. Where she came from.
These people, who are they?
They're powerful. Connected to the Morlintern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
Who's Tips, the 8th Hardy?
Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
So who killed the merc then? Any leads?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klausya. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
You had ideas about his past too?
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell.
He pauses to think.
Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do if I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
Whose idea was it to hang him anyway? Hers?
In a manner of speaking.
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about the other one.
Earlier you said the girls who asked for your help. Was this the other girl?
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message.
It's her, isn't it? The drug trafficker, the missing 8th Hardy.
Fella, you think too much. He's off all right. You're gonna hurt your head.
A little too far there, but you're definitely right.
That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway.
It's okay for her to be Hardy, girl, Titus.
We're Hardy Boys, and that's it.
Sure, but can you tell me anything about this affiliate? Name, current location?
Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klasia you want to talk to.
Thank you for this, Titus.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go...
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers, circles the whirling in rags in a warm column.
She, Klasia, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection. But
would you still prefer if we didn't take her away?
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
The lieutenant slides his notebook into his coat pockets. He turns to leave. Well, thank you very much. Let's talk to... Oh, autosave, thank you. Let's talk to Klaasje. She was gonna be here or to 11. Alright, so we have 18 more in-game minutes.
It's always good to see you.
She cracks a weary smile, leaning back against the railing.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
The Hardy Boys told us what really happened.
I understand.
She puts her coffee mug on the table.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
You don't look surprised. You were expecting this.
I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
This is good. Clear the air first, between you two. Then move on to questions. Is it? Something is off here. Shush, I can't hear what she's saying.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
And, okay. Cool, I said I would this. That's not good enough reason.
You're right. There's more.
More?
You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
She reaches for a new cigarette.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again, where the cold oceanic expanse lies, and behind it, another world.
So I look, you're afraid of the moral intern?
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
She lights the cigarette. What's going on? What did you do?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
Oh yeah, true. What did you have to, what did you call it if you're hiding?
Because I'm an idiot.
The answer comes fast.
Which is an indicator of truth. Idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
So you would have us believe, but you're not. I don't think so. Why did you do it?
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Points up for Kuno.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible.
What did you do to have these people after you?
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Ravishol, or even in Oranje.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again.
Good for you.
With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
He taps on his notebook.
The job was Lou's County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lou Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Lou Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
You mean everybody tries to avoid you?
Laws cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airberg, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products.
That's a lot of shit you got yourself into.
It is. Many people lost their jobs. Not just C-suite. Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting...
She shakes her head at the thought.
A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
What happened here the night he died?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could...
A great pain moves through her, a dark and indefinite wave. She continues in spite of it.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me.
You were right. He did enjoy the moment of his death.
So my feeling was right earlier. He was enjoying the moment of his death.
Yes, but how did you know that?
He just had a hunch. Detectives have those sometimes.
Then what happened?
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs.
There's a long pause. She just stands there, her arms at her sides.
I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
I'm sorry this happened. I'm gonna need more details.
So am I.
Cigarette singed their fingers.
She throws it away and immediately proceeds to light another one.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Does he look pretty high?
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
How does it clear your head? But okay.
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head. Get into his mindset.
Do it.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No,
What did you do then?
nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
What happened after you ran downstairs?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby?
Before we continue, who is Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
Oh,
The leader? Of what?
the Hardy Boy.
The Hardy Boys.
As if it's self-evident. I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts her. So do the others.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Why not?
Okay, let's go on. What then?
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
From bleeding more?
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
Oops.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
She looked at the ground and raised her light brown eyes to meet yours. Then what did you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
What did you do while they were hanging him?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did.
This Ruby, where is this Ruby now?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later.
Haven't you heard a gunshot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
Did you kill Lily? No. After you have killed him?
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break.
And?
I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone.
She looks at her cigarette.
So they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
Either way, something to consider.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
When was the window changed? Point to it.
Last week, Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
She takes a drag.
You should have a look at that window. Reconstruct the scene. It's right here. So near.
In her bedroom inside.
Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
Did you kill Lily?
What? Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. Get myself cornered like this.
There's a silence.
He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him.
All kinds of crazy things happen when drugs are involved. Sweet, sweet drugs.
Sweet.
It could have been a desire murder. Maybe an act of jealousy. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun. Somewhere, lying around. Close to her hand.
Downstairs view of this crazy idea. Hey, how's it going? Desire drive people loco. Drug into park relation perhaps to contribute to its end.
What does that mean?
Do drugs make you aggressive?
No. People don't take drugs to kill each other. They take them to feel okay with each other. I thought you Ravishol people would be more enlightened on this. I'm sorry, officer. I'm under some stress here.
Okay, I'd like to answer other questions. Yeah. What's all this? Why they surely told us the window was... I think she's telling the truth, probably.
Like what?
She waits, her light brown eyes wandering over the floor over your face. I think we're done here, for now.
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands.
Don't think necessarily then the door.
He's thinking, are we done here?
Wake up.
But we are awake, sire. She has been forthcoming with sordid details women usually conceal. Most shocking details of the sexual kind. We are a bulwark, unbreached. If you have doubts, just give us one example of deceit. Just one, and we will gladly change our minds.
Let's just do this one. I got nothing.
Gosh, she's so young, isn't she? She would look spectacular in a starring role. Be careful not to look too long into her soon-to-be famous face, lest it make you look like an indecisive suitor. It looks like this one's not waking up. You'll have to do it without pushing her further. At least for now.
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder investigation.
One more time.
Okay.
No, I think we're...
She nods, silently, then picks up the cold coffee and holds...
Yeah, okay, we're done here. I don't know what else to...
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Run your finger across the surface of the glass.
Smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface.
This window was recently replaced.
Looks like it, yes.
What happened here?
Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
What position are they in?
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired.
ABBA. Okay, she's... okay.
The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain.
Where does it come from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Have a look at point A, the roof.
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
Shouldn't there be some gun residue outside? So I'm about 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from.
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago. 72%, with a weapon that's good for medium range, like a rifle or sports pistol. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium, a well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies.
Could the shot have come from inside the room, a closer point?
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, detective.
Are there any arguments against A prime, the roof?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Could there have been another point of origin further away, conclude?
That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Inspect the ghostly figures.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
Extrapolate the radius to include all of Martinez.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime.
More precisely?
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Have a look at point B, the boardwalk.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
Point double Land's End.
1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched.
The islet.
1 kilometer away. A point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay.
Islet.
The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea, as you saw in the coin-operated viewer.
Oh, nice.
The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
Kim, do you think the shot could have come from further than the roof in Martinez?
From where, precisely?
let's say B prime, the boardwalk, B double prime, Land's End, B triple prime, the islet.
I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
Much less than from the roof. Much less. Yeah.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one.
Good point.
It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. A simple hypothesis can be wrong, but it's something to build on.
Blink, leave. True. Oh. Okay. Let's talk to Titus and his boys again, or just Titus. Oh, come on. Oh, everybody left.
Can I help you?
No. What?
Yes?
I guess we'll just go to bed, I guess. It's late. See you in the morning. Yeah, see ya. Let's go to
The
bed
bed
now.
is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it.
Let's go to sleep. Finally, it's Wednesday.
The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
Disco again.
Here we are again, my broken bud. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man.
Why?
It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot, because of the pain.
And there's a lot of it, ever present in your organs. It's like every one of them has their own nasty song to sing. That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately. Every cell in your body is moaning in agony, asking, what did we ever do to you?
I'm sorry, Salt. It's all me. It's my fault.
Now, you're finally thinking about something other than yourself. Let's see how far that'll get you.
I was on the express to Zero home. I think I need these are my just desserts with dignity.
There's no dignity here. Only reflections of your body mass. Flashes of the day. You keep coming back to yourself in the mirror. But why? To admire all your accomplishments? You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people. Really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
Here, then back to the other place.
Oh, baby boy, you're already in the other place. There's no nourishment for you tonight. Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe if you know, like, took a lot of drugs before you go to sleep, that'd do the trick. Maybe if you cracked the damn thing, Then you'd feel satisfied and tired, holding the picture puzzle in your hands, complete. Maybe if you weren't so hard on yourself.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
Open your eyes. Wakey, wakey.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
What do you have to have again? Use your chain cutters. Oh, I can just, I can zoom in. Ah, okay. So how do I use... Oh. Okay.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Stop from fogging up the mirror.
The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber.
Let the mirror be for new. Is she here again, smoking?
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
Kim isn't here. Let's talk about Sunday night.
Ah, yes. The night before I saw you in the hallway and reminded you you're a police officer.
That's one of the first things I remember doing in Elysium.
Wow. Elysium. You don't hear that term often.
She's a glib girl, but she liked the wording.
Did you hear something Sunday night from my room? Move on.
There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
Did I have any visitors?
I can't say. Probably not. Sounded like you were flying solo.
You mentioned loud disco music?
Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestrations prime among them.
She arcs her eyebrow, waiting for it to connect with you.
Oh, that? Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO, the better.
Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on.
Yeah, we go on all right.
I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped, and there was a change of pace.
What happened?
A slow, sad song started playing. Like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of that time you were yelling along to it.
What was I singing?
That it doesn't matter anymore, and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it.
Sorry.
Don't be. I was going out later anyway. It didn't bother me.
Then what happened?
Then you started screaming and trashed the place.
Are you sure I wasn't being assaulted?
No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing their room.
She takes a sip of her coffee and smiles.
A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out.
Was there anything else?
There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. And that was it.
Thank you.
No problem, sir.
She feeds herself another cigarette. Let's do this later. Leave. Oh, wait a minute. Can I screw her out there? I wanted to by myself, man.
Yes?
Well, let's talk to you.
It's you again. What is it?
Oh, you talk to Ruby?
Why?
Because I'm going to live with you. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Laylee's killer.
Sounds like you're making her a suspect in this. Not on my watch, you're not.
No.
Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
No, we're just...
And fuck you too, moral
He throws a glance at Titus as the last syllable of Lisa's lips. The big guy sighs.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
Yeah, I saw theory about why Ruby could have done it.
Nothing is happening. The pieces are there, but they remain unconnected.
Oh no, we can do this. Squint your eyes.
Sorry, you're not coming up with anything. Again, the pieces are there. She could have done it. Somehow. Something else. Walla walla bing bang. It's just not coming together.
Squint your eyes harder.
Still nothing. But that's okay. This doesn't have to turn into some kind of meltdown. You're just a cop, taking your time to present a theory. Why does Puzzleface get to not melt down? You and I melted down like crazy. Remember? Right. Puzzleface shouldn't be the cool guy when he fails. I was supposed to be that. Shush. I'm just more level-headed than you. That's my thing. Let's look at this as a learning experience. What are the components you need to implicate Ruby? His wife left him. He needs to kill himself. Make her sorry she did.
I just want to hear the components of the theory, just...
Smart move. The components are access to the roof, weapon, and motive. Here is what you can do to make it easier. Come on, guys. For starters, you could find out what's behind that mystery door in the kitchen. If it's a secret route, she could have used that to get to the roof. Can't get through the door? You know what would help. Doing a thorough search of this room. Maybe something's hidden. There's a spooky building west of this. Take a flashlight with you. Search the basement. There are secrets, magisterial, ancient secrets that may assist you. You could crack Classia's last defenses. Maybe she'll tell you something helpful. It's that simple.
Unless we have more business, we should.
It looks to the door. I'm going to take off now.
I help you?
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple. The man ponders his cooking utensils.
Nope. Nothing new. Let's talk to Klasha one more time with Mr. Kitsuragi.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
Nothing. Oi. I think I want to go to Evrard and Joyce. Or at least Evrard. Yeah. And then I want to cross the bridge.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
That was weird.
Rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Marsh on. Arrête off. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. With a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
Its purpose? What do you mean?
Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest.
I can't see how that was worth the ruckus. Except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Okay, leave.
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
Lieutenant, I think there's something special about this container.
Is this like your thing with that wall again?
Maybe, I can't tell. I think we should investigate further.
You do? Because I don't.
What? Why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
It just feels special. It was hanging from the crane.
You just picked one out because you wanted to interact with a cargo container. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
Knock on the door.
No reply.
Open the door.
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Persuade the door to open.
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because getting physical wasn't an option.
Because what wasn't an option?
Using my body with my wits.
Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
Nothing more to do here for now. Okay, let's talk to the Everard. Maybe even to Leo.
Oh, hey, mister. I'm not gonna bother you.
Nope. Okay. Looks something forgotten on the coffee table.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
What's in the containers outside your office?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
This one.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
I just finished investigating local drug trade.
Ah, yes. Your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry. Now let's talk real business.
Actually, Revachol doesn't have a mayor. He refuses to discuss it further. It's probably just a small nuisance to him. Not even a speck of anger in his voice. That's that then.
Okay, then I guess let's go over let's go the other side of the bridge.
In control, the crane does not return to its original position. It does not move at all.
Leave. Okay, we shut it off now. Hello. Let's get out. All good.
This
Good talk to you, big man.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the...
Nope, nothing needed here. Probably also nothing with Q now, Q now.
A rusting control panel with loose wires dangling out from the hole where an indicator light used to be, and a mechanical lever sitting in the middle.
Pull the lever again.
You grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk. Then, the water lock starts moving.
Nice.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your wanderlust for now. I don't want us to get sidetracked, not with everything that's going on.
Focus on one thing, achieve it, then the next, he thinks. That's the task chain.
Yeah, sure, another time, buddy. Electricity. Possibly to power the radio pylon above you. Maybe there's something inside. Ahead, decades-old concrete defenses. Children play on them now. Okay, can't move through the. There's a boat tucked away underneath the tarpaulin cover. Creaking ahead, a broken axle grinding. Oh. Banged up fuel canister.
A banged up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. It must be cold and lonely down there, in the icy water.
A carriage at the sea. Where did this come from?
My guess is it started its journey from the plaza, where it backed through the fence.
Let's investigate, Kim.
I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water. Why the doom and gloom? It's just a sunken motor carriage. Some motor carriages are bound to end up in the sea.
Run your hand over cold metal.
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists.
What is the make of this motor carriage? Can I see a logo?
The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
How long has it been here?
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
Sunday. Ooh, okay. What should we do?
Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something good inside. Guns, papers, maybe a cool jacket. A joyrider jacket. A joyrider jacket. You feel a strange connection to this joyrider. Maybe he's from some kind of joyriders district and likes blue and white racing livery, like a cop would.
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
Sit on a swim and wait.
As you sit down in the old, rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
Whistle a tune.
Spit flies from your mouth to your moustache, your chest, the ground before you. No sound though.
Raining heavily here, Chief. Mind keeping it down a bit?
The lieutenant must think it's rather funny. He smiles and quickly turns away.
I haven't, so I can't whistle.
Just keep at it. It will come to you.
With his lips puckered, the lieutenant lets out a beautiful, melodic trill that puts even the insulindic thrush to shame. You hear the sound echo on the large body of water. Clouds race across the spring sky, and suddenly you just feel better about everything. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
So should I also, point to your eyes?
I'm pretty sure I told you already, didn't I? My dad and mom are both half Seolite.
Alright.
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
All I'm saying is, I'm surprised people seem to vary so drastically. I found my gun.
God, I hope so.
That I would even need a gun. My gun is so small.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Can you make out that mark? Proceed.
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Capri, Model 40.
His eyes turn to you.
It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control people. You know, those kinds of people.
Squint your eyes and say, is there a number on the side?
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
41 precinct?
It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. It's pedagogical. Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle?
Oh God, no.
I'm sorry, Harry. I'm so sorry.
41. Precinct 41. A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you. No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
That's why I drove my car into the sea.
Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it, so we can start dealing with this.
So it's just a coincidence.
The lieutenant just shakes his head.
Oh my God, it's mine. I drove my car into the sea. Proceed.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you drove your police motor carriage into the sea after you jumped across a canal.
The badge, the gun, and now this.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything. There is also a fourth thing you've lost.
My dignity.
More precious than the gun, the badge, and the motor carriage combined. Lost forever into the deepest of seas.
Maybe I was still in pursuit. Maybe I was in pursuit of someone.
Of whom? I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk.
Probably. Try definitely.
How do we get it out?
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point.
So it's gonna be there like that.
I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable, but overall, this machine is a write-off.
I can still fix it.
That is very unlikely. All the electrics are toast. That goes for the electromagnetic steering and brake systems as well. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few months, there will be nothing but rust left of this vehicle. It'll be cheaper to buy a new one. Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this.
I don't have the kind of money.
Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my kinema.
This was 20% of the station's vehicular budget.
They're not gonna take it after this, are they?
People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly.
Well, at least I can see what's in there now. Conclude.
Yes. Let's go take a look.
Oh. Black one. Oh, what's this? Commander's jacket. It's been a while. It has. How you doing? Indeed, a very long time. No, it's fine. Balls, rainables, boots, frozen to the ice. Money! Money! They lead away from the accident. His eyes were recently tarred. Fisherman shack. Wedding wall, wedding stone, wall worn and covered in rust. White curtains, sippins run no. Stressing a little, I won't lie. You? I'm still fine, man. I rarely change. Stressing because of the step to university. Lightning. Too thick and thin to pass through. Oh, nice. Thanks for that to save.
You stop mid-step and put your hand on a garish necktie.
University indeed, of course.
That bottle, Bratan! Just look at that bottle!
What? Oh. Where? What bottle? Where bottle what?
In this drunk's hand, on the pipe there, glowing blue, a mysterious, otherworldly blue, filled to the brim with holy mysteries.
And why you stressed out?
It's hard to know what exactly your vivid interior is speaking of here, but I'm guessing it's got a lot of alcohol in it.
Everything is almost together. Just leaving the house and living alone is a bit daunting. But also a nice little challenge, right? I don't care about any bottle, I don't want to look at it.
You should care! I'm getting a very special vibe from that bottle. Please go talk to him. I need to look at it closer.
Okay. Don't call Abigail, grumbles and ashamed with a ruddy nose, seen her size, as if in recognition, then turns his head away. Oh, this is the lady who reads the books' husband, probably.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail!
Oh, and don't tell me what to do.
Abigail! Don't call her!
He waves a finger in your general direction.
You're not going to get anything out of this guy. He's too drunk. Never thought you'd see such a thing in your life. But this guy's a little too drunk.
Who are you? What's your name?
Don't call Abigail!
He says, okay, where am I?
The man hiccups, then mumbles something unintelligible.
Why shouldn't I call Abigail?
He snorts and beckons you to lean in closer. He waves his hand as if shooing you away. All the while, murmuring something indecipherable.
I am an important official investigator. I demand you answer my questions. Yeah, true. At least now I can't take my mind off it with some epic writing. Dude, I mean, just my advice, don't think about it till it actually happens. I mean, why worry about something that's gonna happen in, what is it, 3 weeks? Possibly? Maybe a little bit less? Or is it within a week already that you have to go?
There's no use in yelling at drunks. He's barely holding it together.
The drunk man starts coughing, a really disgusting, hacking cough.
Tell me about your friends.
Don't you fucking call her! Hear me! Abigail? Don't call.
Dangling from his mouth.
There was little chance he'd be a reliable witness anyway.
A week actually. I forgot. Yeah, so is the 29th, right? 29th? So it's the same for you both then?
Hey, tequila!
A 37 man clad in two-piece lycra TM tracksuit puts down his pilsner and extends his hand in greeting.
Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you?
Whoa, shake his hand.
So what's happening?
He picks up his beer. Wait, tequila?
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street gang. Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset. More on that later.
Yeah, around that time, but NASA's going to a different university. No, yes, yeah. Because you both are engineering, but opposite engineering.
I like this guy. You should too. He respects you by calling you your true name.
I'm a little sad about that too. Nah, don't be. I have re-entered reality to conquer it. Depends. I am the law.
That's the spirit. I used to shape reality into my image a long time ago. Those days are over now.
Looks at a shit-stained lycra TM jacket with that grim expression.
Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
He takes sips from his beer. But again, if you guys are friends, you know, that's not gonna go away by the distance.
This guy's your buddy. You feel it immediately. You belong to an organization, a fraternity of drunks.
What do you guys do around here?
We are saving the world.
He looks at his comrades.
Please don't go.
Begs the
Don't go.
Man, this guy is absolutely wasted.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out.
He's my best friend, so I hope we can stay in contact. Dude, I have two friends the same way. One of them is in 30 minutes away by car, 35 minutes away, or 20 minutes away by car, 35 to 40 minutes by train to the city, and the other one is in the UK. So yeah, I mean, but that whole friendship doesn't really go away unless you well, there's some upkeep, I guess, but not as much. That didn't work out.
So now it's a pirate's life for me.
What is a Tequila Sunset? You keep saying it.
It's you. Your Tequila Sunset.
How do you know this?
We've met before. Don't you remember?
No, you sure don't.
Nope.
Aha. Do you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be?
Oh, absolutely.
Tequila Tequila Sunset. Something ominous there.
For some reason, tequila fits me before. Maybe I shouldn't learn what it means.
You think you feel bad now? Wait till you've heard the story.
No. You need the wisdom.
Go ahead.
Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday. And by Tequila Sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth.
Was I alone?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting.
He takes another sip, then continues.
You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head, right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
For sure. You need some Tequila Sunset right now. Again, dude, relax, man. I mean, you can worry about it or not worry about it. I would say don't worry about it and handle it. I thought it was a... No, they were talking to they refer him as Tequila Sunset, so probably he drank a lot of it, maybe. This was maybe nuts or something, I don't know. But again, about your situation, man, don't worry about it. If you just think about it, it's going to drive you nuts, because there's going to be so many what-if scenarios that you're going to think of day in and day out. I would just say continue your routine of how you normally are, and when it's time to do what needs to be done, so basically go, just do it, and then you'll just handle whatever comes your way step by step. There is no lesson plan, there is no textbook to follow here. I would just say whatever comes your way at that moment, you deal with it then. Unless, of course, you were prepared for all this, which I'm pretty sure most people are not.
Oh yeah, that's totally your style.
Because everybody's life is different.
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
Oh, please continue.
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling.
Oh, we know the feeling.
Oh, yes, you do, Bratushka. The only thing better than that is pushing the pedal to the metal after you kiss the tie. And off we go.
I'm not sure. I'm just giving you advice, but it's not like, oh, follow it to a T. What I'm saying is plan for the things you can actually plan for, and just handle whatever you can't plan for. You know what I mean?
One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs. Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs, "The time hath come!" So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things."
What happened next?
Your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and through the ice. We ran towards the ice, whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit. like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to.
What else was there to do? Thank you, brothers, for your helping hand.
We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now, and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
So, I can't for a name. My real name is Harry.
No, that's just what your mother called you. Your real name is Tequila Sunset. Just embrace it, brother.
How long did we party for?
Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women. How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
How is the story, by the way? Seems as unancient as ever. Yeah, I think I got a few steps ahead again. Like we got some more information about the eighth person apparently, and how they're dealing with apparently drugs, maybe smuggling. And then we got the Hardy Boys a bit to fess up about the murder and whatnot. And the murder apparently happened from outside, maybe? Like somebody shot the dude. And then they all decided to help out the lady in the house clasher. So I think we're a step closer, but not exactly done, I think. That's why I'm at this location. So since it's Wednesday now, the drawbridge was fixed, and then we could cross over to the other side, and here we are now.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
If you only knew.
Anything about the person that effed me?
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
Please, don't open that door.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here. Abigail.
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit.
Did I mention losing anything else?
Beside your gun and your badge? You said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy.
Probably.
In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one.
Did I say anything about my colleagues?
You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style.
It's more like you were cramping theirs.
No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show.
Did I say anything about the case?
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
It's not meant as a joke. He's sorry for the hermit cop.
Did we talk about politics?
Yeah, you said that it was okay that you crashed your carriage because the spectral hand of the market was guiding you.
Yo.
This was before you started talking about how the Pinkies were always trying to fuck you.
Did you get to read on what kind of a cop I was?
You kept apologizing for being such a bad cop and for the damage you inflicted on everyone around you.
Sounds about right.
You also kept pausing to knock the heel of your hand against your temples, saying, "Stupid, stupid, stupid."
You're not there anymore.
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
You seem like you're characterized by your storytelling ability. Want to tell me another one sometime?
Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not? Better than a beach bum.
Yes, want to tell me how you became idiot doom spiral?
It depends, really. Are you willing to help me out?
The gleam in his eyes and the slouch in his posture is so incredibly familiar.
You want booze, don't you?
I don't want it, man. I need it. Can't tell stories without it. Dry stories are boring, see? So, have you got anything for good old idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me.
Don't do it, nothing. I don't have any on me right now.
Then I will see you again once you've procured some. Par exemple, my good friend Rosemary here sells all kinds of stuff.
All kinds, sir. Beer and wine.
You too, Tequila Sunset.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
Good to see you too, friend.
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
See? There it is, Bratushka! The spirit! Let's buy the spirit! 300 real is a lot, but this has to be done! It's our end game!
In truth, I would need to, I don't want to list anymore. It's my necktie anymore. The necktie? It's actually necktie, holy. My necktie.
Bratan, you don't understand! It's not just another drink! This is what our relationship has been building towards all these years! This is the climax, the mystery, the virginal sigh!
I wish I would have gotten that necktie earlier.
You have to buy it from him! Get it off him! Kill him if you have to! Our ultimate fate depends on it, and the fate of many worlds.
The lieutenant looks at you, looking at the bottle of spirits, then at Rosemary, suspiciously.
Let's...
Bottoms up, Captain. In the civilized world, it's a custom to tip the shopkeep, friend. But come back anyway.
Waves you off. Well...
Tequila Sunset.
Brought you some booze. Will you tell me about your name now?
Of course. Drink first, story later.
I've got a potent Pilsner. Give it.
Not much, but it will do.
He grabs the bottle from your hand and uncorks it immediately.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
One of the other bums interjects. How many bums are there? I only see... Don't call Abigail. Gurgles the near comatose man.
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too. My actual name is George. But around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. A founder / junior partner at a high concept creative services agency. When my story begins, I had just landed a major contract with an insurance firm.
Go on.
I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator. Abstract value generation, value per person, high concept stuff. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane.
Did the jogging help?
It did. With my trusty Sansarique tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world. But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit.
He says, thoughtfully brushing dust off his shit-stained pants. What happened?
One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets.
He shakes the bottle and makes a ringing sound.
So I removed the keyring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see? At least, that was the plan. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly.
Go on.
I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass.
Ouch.
Ouch indeed. Reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But when life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key.
You gotta be shitting me.
I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken the key to the office.
Okay, so what happened next?
I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best.
He pauses meaningfully.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't get in.
Dude, that's some bad luck. Constantly.
Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this. So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh?
Yeah, literally can't believe it.
Me neither, Tequila. When I lost my keys, I lost more than access to my apartment. I also lost my leverage over humanity. I wasn't a high-concept creative director anymore. I was just some homeless asshole with a premium Sansorique Lycra tracksuit.
No, couldn't you just get the keys or wait the next day or something?
You can't imagine what that does to a man's confidence. Anyway, that was all the story one bottle gets you. Almost empty, this one.
I want to hear the story. Why do you keep losing all your stuff?
Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this formerly premium but now extremely dirty two-piece Lycra tracksuit? I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative services agency. I had a nice apartment, an even nicer piece of ass. But somehow it all got away from me.
Bro lost everything over keys. That's crazy. Yeah, just wait the next day. Like, so your friends, so your neighbors and stuff know it's you. You know, when they're awake. Like, how crazy you gotta be? Just wait there.
Now I can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket, but then I lost it too. The only things I haven't lost are these two drunks.
You of all people should empathize with this. Perhaps this lost jacket is something you could help with?
What's this about a lost jacket?
Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go with my Lycra threads, but it did itch a lot less. Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out. Solve the case of the missing jacket. What do you say, Tequila?
Then lost.
Yeah, exactly. You're here to serve, right?
Okay, sure. Where'd you lose it?
If I knew where I lost it, don't you think I'd have it? I mean, maybe I was up by the boardwalk, or walking along the beach, or checking out the abandoned fish market.
We're gonna go to the reception or something. I'll just go to reception. Yeah, true.
Somewhere north of here, that's for sure. You could ask around, see if anyone's seen it.
Your agency.
My agency. Man. The Boom Boom Room. Our concept was combining high art with the lowest forms of marketing. The color red, breasts, and oil painting. I convinced my partners to reinvest some of our profits in an even more high concept cultural incubator called Thin Air. The artists were happy, the clients were happy.
Any chance of you trying to AC4 answer today? Probably not, right? But I just thought I'll ask, because then I'll finish this up quickly and just save.
I was financing a group of poets in East Revachol who were developing a new universal poetic language. But then it all went to shit.
He looks towards the bay.
If it sounds like it makes no sense, that's because it doesn't.
Thanks, I look at what that's extreme my shit. What it means.
I know. It was fucking awesome. Until I went on a jog, unleashing a cascade of doom that washed it all away.
What's up with the tracksuit?
What? You've never seen 100% Lycra before? Go on, feel that primo material.
The man extends his arm. Touch it.
Pretty nice, huh? This might be one of the last of its kind. Should probably be in a museum, honestly.
He takes another sip.
Good God. It's nearly impossible to describe how dirty this texture is. It's like rubbing two jellyfish skins together. You feel about 15% less human for having touched it.
Jeez.
Randomized trials have also found Lycra, TM, to be associated with a number of exotic, highly malignant cancers. So you also have that to look forward to.
That I know for sure, yeah. I just thought since you have a week left, they would just finish up that one last mission and then just call it quits, I think. But it's cool, man. Like I said, I was just asking. I'll try make a plan. No. It's fine. It's fine, dude. If it's no. Don't worry about it. It was just a question. No, it was just a question.
And then there's the smell. But you don't even want to think about that.
Wow, you're lucky. He never lets me feel it.
That's because your paws are fucking filthy, Rosie. We're right next to the bay. You could wash them anytime.
What about the other drunks?
My fellow members of the Union of Moribund Alcoholics? They're exactly what they look like.
Hey, tequila! You want to buy some speed?
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. He's a cop, remember?
I thought he was a cool cop.
A gurgling sound comes from the direction of the non-responsive man.
And yeah, you're already acquainted with abs. So yeah, that's basically us. We drink together.
Let me ask you something else.
I'm all ears, tequila.
Be seeing you. Auto save. Oh, we can't walk through. Wait, what?
A drop in temperature, an easy flow there. An empty street. Before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking on hitch steps. Just silence.
What did the smoke smell like?
Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. An elm tree watches over the building. Its branches are dripping with rain and snow. The road is smooth and motley. Craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is grey already. A row of tenements are under construction in the distance.
Where do people who live across the road?
A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. 4, 18, 21, 4, 1. A modern washing machine rattles a drawer full of silverware. His boyfriend is on his way home. He brings tins of meat and vegetables with him. Their pockets are heavier with money, but only slightly.
What about the bus stop?
Number 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. It has not run for 8 years. There were not enough girls to sustain its cost.
What about the road?
Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. It is a vital artery of the flow of trade.
That is enough.
The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the boom barrier. A breeze moves a curl of his hair.
This is so soothing. I feel almost falling asleep, man, just listening. Artistic details, the color all warm and welcome. Are cozy though. A flower where nothing really grows, maybe in spring. Oh, we can actually go inside. It feels warm. It feels safe and warm in here. Not like outside. Industrial coal pellets burn with an orange glow. Gross taxidermy.
Hello, mister.
A young girl, barely 4 or 5 years old, sits on the sofa. She's looking at you with frank curiosity. Who's Frank?
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls it around.
I heard there was a girl here who has armored gloves. Is that you?
Oh, I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too.
True, very soothing, yeah.
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
She doesn't want you to think she stole them.
And where are the gloves now?
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them. They're stupid.
She lifts her stuffed toy up and looks into its one remaining eye, as though searching for confirmation.
We are going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
Enunciates the last 2 words carefully.
Oh.
She doesn't seem to understand, but Lieutenant Stone has conveyed to her the important part.
They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good.
Where are your parents?
My mom's outside. And I don't really know about my dad.
She gives you a bright smile, like it's a good thing. What's that thing you're holding? Point at her toy.
It's Lammy. He's my friend. Sort of. Like...
She holds the fuzzy beast up to demonstrate.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Lambie looks soft.
Yes. Very soft.
Suddenly she pushes that animal toward your face. Press your cheek against Lammy.
Isn't he soft?
She's right. Lammy is very soft. She rubs the white fur against your cheek, then returns the lamp into her lap, cuddling it. I'm not gonna lie, man. I have to go to bed. Try and fix my sleep schedule, but sorry I couldn't stay. No, man. Hey, man. Anytime is... It's all good, man. Thank you for your time, man. You have a good night. And I'll be seeing you. Maybe. If not, take care. And again, enjoy the university, man. Yeah, your streams are always enjoyable. Again, have a good night, man. Sleep well. And thank you. What's this? Show her the stuffed bird you took from the ceiling.
It's a grouse.
She yelps, smiling broadly.
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you replace the broken skewer you almost certainly broke.
Yes, but what's it for? Guards. Good side.
I don't know.
Can I have it? I know someone who really likes stuffed birds.
Sure. I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye!
The girl's large, curious eyes remain fixed on you. Thank you, miss. And this is... The street sign is illegible below the graffiti.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old.
Oh, these must be the twins? Oh yeah, it says it right there.
The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
Is this little Lily your sister? Point to the house.
Yes. Yes.
I see you're being... Okay.
Yes.
Hey, where's your mom?
The kids don't reply, absorbed in their little game.
You guys look identical.
The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
Yeah, I said that.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt. The rock kicker was just being shy, but now he's enthusiastic again.
You're bad with kids.
I am, yes.
Don't worry, everyone is. How about we do some police work now? We're not getting anything here.
Bye, kids. Take care.
The scruffy-haired little... The scruffy-haired...
Okay, they come as a package. Okay, nice. Sandcastle. Ooh, this might be it.
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
Broken.
The little castle? The reigning lord must have come upon some really tough times to let it sleep in such decrepitude.
Reach in the catacombs and pull out the shiny object.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
We got the gloves.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
That we are. Rust. Eaton Leather Street, Mazout. So peaceful. Water runs from the west. The source upstream, a broken pipe. The rear tire of a motor carriage adorns these reeds. Quick travel unlocked church. There's quick travel in the game? Really? Feel the shadow of a large building fall on you. The sign reads St. Room 1147. Dusty pews in the shadows, many seem to be missing. An altar shrouded in dark or something like that. It's too dark to tell. Money.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Rattle the doors to see if they open.
Nothing happens, only the sound of the padlock rattling against the door.
I don't think that's going to work.
Inspect the carpentry.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold.
Run your hand over a beam.
The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch.
Take a closer look at the padlock.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker.
Look at the sticker.
You see a yellow circle with 2 X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead.
Have you seen this symbol before? Point to it.
He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No.
What does it look like to you?
Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency.
Okay, what is junior delinquency?
For Revachol ZOC, the moral intern defined junior delinquents as minors between the ages of 10 and 16 who have committed an act in violation of the law. These acts aren't called crimes as they would be for adults. Crimes committed by minors are called delinquent acts. This was part of your officer's exams.
He puts the handkerchief in his coat pocket. What is suggestive of junior delinquency here?
I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
Thus, it must be made by youths.
Inspect the staple.
The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently and is unprofessional, to say the least. Should you want to get through, it might be easier to just pry the whole thing off. This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker.
Try to peel off the sticker without ripping it.
Your hands are clammy from the sea air. The piece of sticker keeps slipping away.
Let the lock
go. The lock clanks against the door, cold and heavy.
Okay.
If you really think we should get in there, we need to find some other way.
Where do we think we should
Can you
start?
hear the pulsing bass underneath the east wind? A sure sign of junior delinquency.
Hold up. Oh, here. Pry bar. So I had... So I did not get my badge. Oh, we got an armor. Hell yeah, we'll keep you.
As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone out with one punch. The white ceramic gloves wrap around your digits comfortably.
I'll try with this. This is just a bit from hard not to show off.
The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and voluptuous, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you. You really do feel more confident. Invulnerability does that. Even partial invulnerability.
1 down, 2 pieces to go. Here I come.
2? Are you sure you're correct there? There was a helmet too. 3 pieces more like. You were ambitious. Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood. A minute or so of mauling away at the lock has led to no success. The pry bar in your hand has given you 0 mechanical advantage.
You could give me a hand, you know.
I'm not as sturdy as you are. I have even less leverage.
He doesn't even try to sound convincing.
The doors remain unchanged, closed with a padlock.
Physical instrument.
heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. You jam the pry bar between the lock and the staple and apply force. Your biceps bulge from the strain. The metal creaks and squeals. The pathetic old wood, rusty screws, and one nail stand no chance against the forces of leverage. From deep within, a bellow rips.
Rarg.
Suddenly, the pry bar snaps. Metal shavings fly everywhere. The upper half, between the lock and the staple, falls to the ground with a thud.
Look at the broken tool in your hand.
The broken edge of the snapped pry bar is smooth. Took the tip right off.
How's it even possible?
Tools break, officer. Try to control yourself.
For example, see how calm I am, although you broke my favorite pry bar.
I broke the pry bar. Where do I get a new one? Proceed.
I don't know. You don't? Or maybe we'll find a new one. I don't carry more than one pry bar with me.
He looks up at the bell tower.
I thought this was a lousy way to enter a place of worship that's already in disrepair. I guess the church agreed.
This was surely just a freak accident.
What is this? Okay, that. Okay, I'm going to the west now, I guess. Oh. These rusty gears have used to turn the whole machine. Building for your house, the engine must have been a big one. The chain trails off into the ocean to who knows where. This barrel has been recently discarded. It still smells of fuel oil.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
What is this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Used to service what?
Probably something that is no longer there.
The lieutenant looks at the hunching concrete toad in front of him. Could this structure have been used to take the shot?
From here to the whirling? I can't see how. The church is in the way.
Open the door.
You rattle the handle a bit, then push on the door with all your weight. It does not budge. Not only is it locked, it's also jammed shut.
Too bad.
We don't get in there.
What do you mean we get into, like, everywhere?
Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get in through every single door.
Good point.
No. We've gotten into every door thus far. That's what we do. We open doors. We're cops. That's our perk. Even Everard knew that's a part of our MO.
But that's who I am, who we are.
Yeah, I understand you. I like opening doors as much as the next guy. But this one is simply beyond repair, and we don't have the resources needed to open it. Relax. No one's hiding in there. If we can't open it, others can't either. And thus they can't get in.
He looks at the door with a rueful smile. Walk away. Anything else here? This place is huge as well, man. Oh, hello. Somebody at a campfire here a long time ago. A rusted broken control box for a radio. Relay tower. To rest to climb, the sea is eaten away at it.
Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle, and a dilapidated old comms tower.
I don't see it, officer. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there. In the whirling in rags.
Maybe the campfire is used by the perpetrator?
To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Perhaps. But anyone could have made this. The coast is specked with fires this time of year.
He looks around.
Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful. There's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out... Biddable Prime, was it? It's not possible to climb that ladder. And even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from.
Tent looks up, raising a scholar. Look over the water to the whirling rags.
There, 1.2 kilometers over the wave-crossed bay, through heavy, dark grey curtains of rain, you see the smallest rectangle, barely visible. A glowing light on the third floor of the whirling in rags. With binoculars, you would see a young woman's shape move behind the glass, her limbs long and slender, smoking, drinking, being happy and elated, without you. Because you're here, freezing in the wind, aren't you? Doing your detective work.
Finished thought. This really time coordinates boat traffic in the bay. Barely. Scented scarf. Allergies. What was our own necktie doing? That's fine. We like the necktie. It's funny. Let's see if we can get to the church from the east side of it. The more awe rises to your south. It casts its long shadow over you. Such a peaceful music. Calms you down.
Yes?
Nothing. Well, hello. A lot of patience to do this.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
She looks up to you to say, I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
I don't have to do anything. I'm the shit that I do.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
You should run to if you plan on staying outside in this weather.
Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law.
Ricky authority in her eyes.
Lots of feeling. Feel it up. Way up.
I can't believe you told me that.
You're saying it really loud, but it's not coming out right. Maybe add more indignation.
Where an F pointed your hat where the hat is located, engage in. Whoa!
More.
Right here, do it.
More.
Nice. God.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
The girl is visibly shaken.
The lieutenant is watching the scene unfold before his eyes, unsure how to react.
Is that how you see me?
The girl looks down, slowly curling into a ball.
Jeez.
That's it. You've earned it. Start crying. Life's hard.
No.
The words are stuck in your throat. All that comes out is tears pouring down your face. The young woman has kept her eyes trained on her wires, waiting for the lecture to end. But now she hears sobbing. Looking up, she sees a grown man on the wrong side of 40, his face bloated from alcohol and God knows what else. Not so quietly, crying.
This isn't really about the hat, is it?
No.
You know, you're not the only one with issues. I self-medicate. Shit. Life's a horror, you know? Crying helps, though. Get it out your system, and then maybe we can talk, okay? I'll be here.
Hello. Painted past of someone who's trying to bring cheer into the world. Haven't looked away during the final phase of your little episode. The hat now addresses you.
Do you want to talk about what just happened?
It's probably a good idea.
Normally, I'm opposed to discussing one's feelings, especially on duty. But I think this is an exceptional case. So, what do you think happened?
Challenge. Yeah, did you get a meltdown just now?
Thy pen of lies runneth dry. Best to simply deny the truth, bold-facedly.
What? Nothing happened.
So you're saying you didn't break down in tears just now and nearly tear your shirt off?
I never cried once in my life.
Uh-huh.
You could torture me, ban me, even divorce me, I'd be dry as a desert, yes sir. Wipe your eyes.
Yes, I've definitely never seen you cry before, nor lent you my handkerchief to dry your tears.
Methinks my liege doth protest too much. A performance that would make the star of a radio melodrama blush.
Even so, in the future, could you please refrain from emoting too much on duty? The quasi-legal status of the RCM means we need to project strength twice as consistently as any other police force in the world.
Weakness is strength.
Not when projecting strength. Then it's just weakness.
Okay, you're right.
Thank you. Glad to hear it was minor. Can you go on?
I can, I'm sorry. Can't promise last time.
Then, let's go.
So, like, seriously, what's eating you, man?
There is a hint of pity in her eyes. Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing, and she wears thick black eyeliner. Most men wouldn't call her pretty. There is a manliness to her, a coarseness.
Yeah, can we talk for a minute?
I was wondering when you would come around. What's up?
I guess there's something that's been making my life hell.
What is it?
I think we supply the working class.
Oh, really?
The golem of capital runs rampant, smashing creator and slave alike. I fear the process irreversible.
So the thing that's got you crying in front of strangers is social justice?
Nah, that's probably not it, is it?
No, it sounds like you just got chick issues.
You could be right, but I don't know for certain.
Well, think about... Anyway, was there something else?
What's your name?
A cell.
And your surname?
Why?
Sort of paperwork.
Okay, it's Berger.
A very common name. You have little reason to doubt that's a real name. But she's not all that surprised by this cop show questioning, is she?
What's the device you have there?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
What am I supposed to do with this?
No idea.
contact mic?
Yeah, I record stuff with it. Sure.
How does this thing
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Where did you get the mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum.
What's the Palaceum?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Sounds interesting. Who is this Arno guy?
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum-going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind?
I don't know what that means either.
I have no idea what I would get down. Nor do I have to agree that I rock. Hippie on my ears.
That's cool.
She doesn't know what to say. Never mind, let's talk about the mic instead.
Sucks, man. Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps?
Actually, I had some non-mic questions for you.
Okay.
What are you doing out here in the cold? Oh, okay.
Recording, I guess.
What is he recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
What happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
Everything checks out, sire.
And what are these recordings for? The cracks? The footsteps?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Just not.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
She rubs her shoulders and looks around.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden. The sharp drop in endorphins is almost visible, like a warm blanket has fallen off her shoulders. The wave of chill, the quivering jaw, indications of a drug high.
He was there just for a little bit. Actually, quite a bit actually. But then he had to, get his sleeping schedule in order, so he went to sleep. You were just talking to him. Ah.
Take this, you're cold.
Sarah begins to take off his jacket.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
Now this is where I give her... This is where a hat will come in handy.
Yeah, maybe you were right about the hat.
You need this more than I do.
Thanks.
Oh well, whatever. Supposed to be music place, what is it?
That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not going to be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
Again, I apologize for going on for so long. I didn't know if you were going to stream or not, and since Saraf also wasn't streaming, I thought I'd just continue a little bit more. The boys.
Yeah. Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Music stuff, mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. And there's piles of it.
Well, why not just leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
You said I have some other questions.
Go ahead.
Tape recorder. Lies on ice like a discarded toy. Pick it up.
The device is still warm from her touch. and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands.
Well, I'm just popping to see how the Elysium was going. Don't worry about the streaming, Lexa, as we are going to be busy anyways. Catch you again. Yeah, of course, man. You have a good night. Thanks again for dropping by. And indeed, you guys are going to be really busy. Maybe I'll see you. If not, you have a good day. And again, also enjoy, man. Enjoy the time that you're going to spend. Yes, with drugs wearing at your age or any age, and is whether waiting for it to get dark.
She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup.
The people who built this were intended to be better for you, but they failed. It is easy to live in their failure with this by your side. Tap on a tape recorder.
The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
It's not a childish fantasy. It can be a real weapon against what's coming for you now.
What is?
The dark.
I know. I'll stick to it. So, thanks, I guess, for the psych session. I guess that means we're even?
She smiles a little.
She means your little talk before, after your breakdown. It's all right, she means to say. You return the favor.
Tell me more about this music place you've been planning in the church.
It's supposed to become like a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Elysium. Except that, yeah.
Except, yeah, she looks at the old wooden church up on the poles. As a mean wind comes bellowing in, the 6-story structure lets out a doleful shriek. Did you put the padlock on the church door?
No, not really, no.
She's trying to get out of a direct lie with semantic tricks. She personally didn't put the padlock on the door.
Okay, if you personally didn't, then who did?
Yeah, you know, that's what I meant. Noid did. Noid put the padlock on the door.
But why did this Noid person put a padlock on the church door?
To keep more weirdos from getting in. Fucking Martinez. I'm sorry. It's got the worst weirdos. If you get around to it, ask Andre about them, he'll tell ya.
So you want to turn the church into a club?
I know. It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it. Hey, you two are cops.
Yes, why do you ask?
Okay, well, maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys, because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it, right?
I'll talk to
They're
them.
inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else?
What is anodic dance music?
You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Like what?
Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. That is what the future will look like, if it ever comes.
Enough about the church then. I had another question.
Go ahead.
You seem surprisingly comfortable with being questioned. Why is that?
Well, it's just questioning, right? You're just questioning me. It's what cops do.
Have you been questioned before?
Once or twice, yeah. I'm sorry I haven't had the Revershaw experience they get east of the river.
What's east of the river?
Rich people. Rich people are east of the river.
Strange, rich people does not stir any emotion in me. This one, well, let me guess, these are not from around here.
Aren't they? I thought they were as Vachelaire as any of us. Just way richer.
And their foreign bodies age the international capital. You only need to look close enough.
Maybe you're right. Most of them do speak 3 languages.
So what trouble you've gotten into with the police?
The usual. I had a shitty run as a teenager.
What's the usual?
You know, drinking, getting into fights. The ugly stuff that happens when you move out your parents' place at 13. In Forberg.
Wait, what is in Faubourg?
Is this a rhetorical question?
Even at the most basic. Why did you need to move out at such a tender age?
My dad was a drunk. Plus, I guess I just wanted to drink too, you know. Get my party on.
Where this go? You should take me as a warning example.
She nods very cautiously.
Actually, that's it for now.
Okay, bye.
She turns her attention back to the recording device.
It's clear you like the hard stuff, Brota.
The what?
Evening falls. The time has come to take the vow.
Vows?
The vows of blood and flesh.
What is my lower intestine going on about?
Lower intestine? The term is metabolic and circulatory system.
Okay, but what's the hard stuff?
Fascism, Brota.
The way he says that. What is fascism, though?
Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. Who does your gut tell you is the source of Revachol's problems?
Financiers.
Yes, them, but also women. Women, men of war. You don't like them. They're insane. Their idiocy needs to be scrubbed off this world with rubbing alcohol. Woo men need to go back to the fucking kitchen.
Jeez.
That's what fascism boils down to. The rest is also important. But the main thing is that woo men need to know their place.
Holy smokes, man. Am I having some kind of stomach Caesar?
Stomach truth. You're having a stomach truth.
Why am I getting this?
Because you've said the hard things that others won't say. The good things, you've said them many times.
Fascism sounds so bad, though. What if we call it something else like traditionalism?
Okay, yes, let's call it that. Good thinking.
Okay.
That sounds much better. Traditionalism. You like the sound of that.
Okay, stomach, I've made up my mind about fascism. Proceed to the judgment. Judgment.
You're going to keep your views, right? Keep your views, Brota.
I will keep my views for the glory of Revacholian nation. Opt in.
For the nation, smart. Best not to mention the women too often. That's why you're the head and I am the stomach.
No, fascism is about industry and politics and nationhood. Not women. I'm absolutely okay with women.
Of course you are, Bruta. Of course.
A wink-shaped growl sounds from your ass. Pat your stomach. Finish thought. Jeez. Oh man, that's absolutely nuts.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Squeeze in.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
Fair enough.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
He gestures for you to squeeze in. Canister filled with whatever appears to be water, labels as distilled. A speaker, the big kind they use for live music. I think I'm gonna call it here. I think it's gonna take a while for this maybe conversation to go, but I think I'll call it a good night here. It's been going on for a bit too long. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you for the time. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all next time. And if not, have yourselves a wonderful time, a wonderful day, a wonderful evening. And maybe I'll see you later. Good night, y'all.